Our next guest is a very funny comedian, actress, and writer you know from the series Overcompensating, as well as her podcast Ride with Benito Skinner and Mary Beth Barone. Her comedy special Galaxy Brain is streaming now on Netflix. Let's take a look.
Most of my peers are men. Male comedians are some of the worst people that we have. Their personality disorder, it's narcissists with depression. Depressed, but also with narcissism. It's like, do you hate yourself or not? Figure it out and let me know. And all the comedians I loved growing up are either disgraced or racist or obsessed with trans people or D, all of the above. Ever since Katy Perry went to space, I have no heroes left.
Please welcome back to the show, Mary Beth Barone!
I'm a little cold.
You're a little cold?
Yeah, a little cold.
Okay,
keep it cold in here.
I'm very sorry, and we're gonna try to turn up the heat over the course of this.
Yeah. Blanket or something. No, I'm good. I'm gonna get through the interview.
Thank you. I was at this taping. I was lucky enough to be in the audience, and then afterwards, I was lucky enough to meet your family, and it must have been so cool to have them there.
It was so great. You came to the after party. You got to meet all my siblings and my mom.
Yep.
You actually found out that my sister-in-law was pregnant before most of our family.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3 people revealed to me that night at the after party that they were pregnant.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you receive that news?
Well, it's like, I'm happy for you, but I have a Netflix special.
Yeah.
So.
It was maybe not the right night to tell you that.
It's like, it's about me tonight.
Yeah. I was very happy to be in the room that night, and I'm very happy to have you here to talk about it.
Yeah, I mostly made the special just so I could come back here and talk to you.
Oh, well, it's working out great so far.
It's working out, because I love 30 Rock. This is my second home. I've been here 5 times, so yeah. Been in the building 5 times.
5 times, and one of those times, you screen tested for SNL.
I did.
How was your audition?
Not good.
Okay. Could you sense that it was not going well?
I know when I lost them.
Okay.
I was doing stand-up because I don't do characters.
Right.
So I did this joke. I did my Australian 9/11 joke.
Okay.
And I just think I lost the room.
Gotcha. Now, I don't know the joke yet, but I can understand why that would be a room loser.
Okay, but hear me out. Okay, so you know how HBO did that limited series about Chernobyl?
Loved it.
Which is in Ukraine, and they used all British actors.
Yes.
So
not even trying to do Russian accents.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So my friend had this idea of doing a limited series about 9/11, but hiring all Australian actors.
Gotcha.
So they'd be like, oh no, it's been hit. The towers have been hit. What are we gonna do? They loved it.
I'm going to tell you something. I cannot believe how much more I liked it based on the way you described the premise at the beginning.
Yeah, I have to do the joke, so I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe I could host SNL one day. Maybe you could talk to Lauren for me.
100%. I think he would love it. Yeah, and I'll be like, the Australian 9/11. He's like, no, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure he remembers that. Yeah.
The special just came out, but you have been getting the word out about the special for a while.
Yeah.
Like the promo of a special has a long lead.
Yeah, we announced it last year. Because like, you never know when we're gonna get nuked, right?
Yeah.
And so I just said, my agents were like, it's a bit early to announce this. And I was like, but if we get nuked, I just want everyone to know that I was going to make a Netflix special.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good, right? Because I feel like if after the nuke, if you're one of the few survivors, and you were like, I was gonna have a Netflix special, nobody would believe you then.
Right, well, we might not have Netflix at that point. You just don't know what's gonna, after the blast.
I don't know why I'm talking about.
Blast, you don't know.
But surely Netflix survives.
You don't know, and you know, China, they're hovering over that button or something. I don't know.
All
I'm
right.
not sure.
Well,
or Russia, we don't know.
We don't know. That's the thing. We won't know. And it's just good to know. The one thing we do know is that you had a Netflix special.
I have a Netflix special.
Grammys. Are you campaigning for a Best Comedy Album?
Yes. So I'm very excited to announce we are releasing a digital album with Universal Music Group.
That's
in
fantastic.
August. And I will be campaigning for the Grammy for comedy
comedy album.
I should probably know what the category
Yeah.
is. Oh,
It's early days.
it's
so
best comedy album.
Okay.
And I'm campaigning because only 4 women have won this Grammy since 1970.
That's not enough.
Which means that Dave Chappelle has won more comedy Grammys than women have.
Yeah,
which
that's very strange.
I take issue with. So we are going to put the album out. I'm very excited. I'm on the campaign trail as of today.
That's great.
And I'm hoping I can get Zohran Mamdani to help me because I campaigned for him to be mayor, so
Yeah.
I feel like he should campaign for me to win a Grammy.
Owes you one.
Yeah, I
He
think
owes
so.
you one.
So we're gonna get him phone banking, canvassing, visiting voters. That's the I haven't talked to him about it yet, but
Gotcha. That's the plan.
that's the plan that I have.
The special is beautifully directed. Can you talk to us about how you chose a director? Because I know
Yes.
that's a very important decision you
It's
made.
an important decision. I trusted Kai Newman, who's a fabulous straight man. A lot of people were surprised that I chose a straight guy.
Yeah.
But Kai, he has a lot of feminine traits. He has a lot of mental illness.
Okay.
So we also needed someone who's willing to do it for very little money.
Yeah.
So we had a small budget. So it's like, I want to pay men less. That's my contribution to closing the wage gap.
Gotcha.
We're never going to pay women more.
Right.
So
So by like bringing Kai down.
by bringing Kai down, I was able to help, close it. So I'm doing my part.
Last time you were here, you gave us an exclusive. You broke some news. The news was that you had just been dumped.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering if there's any breaking news this time.
I was gonna share with everyone that I was recently involved in a PR relationship.
Oh, what's a PR relationship?
So that is something that they've done in Hollywood forever, which is where 2 public figures pretend to date just for publicity, strictly for that.
Interesting.
So yeah, Netflix called me. They said, we love the special. We want as many people to see it as possible. Let us know how we can help. I said, how about a marketing budget? They said, not that. So not that, but we will. We could set you up in a PR relationship. Choose a guy from any of our Netflix properties.
Oh, that's a lot of. They have a lot of shows.
They have a lot of shows. So my first thought was Shane Gillis, obviously huge comedy audience.
Yeah.
But they said he hates women, he won't do it.
Okay.
Every comedian I was naming hates women, hates women, hates women.
Okay.
So then they
that's
said,
a problem.
they said the chef from Emily in Paris is available.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I said he's really handsome. Let's do it.
Okay.
And they handled everything. Our first date was courtside at the Knicks. We went to the Cannes Film Festival, and we had to have sex a few times for legal reasons.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because otherwise it's like just a sham.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You could get sued for something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not together anymore though. We just did the 3-month contract.
Okay, gotcha. So it runs out the 3 months, and that's
Yeah.
it. That's the end of a PR relationship.
We didn't want to extend due to irreconcilable differences.
Okay.
Because he's French and I'm normal, so.
We didn't know. Last time you were here, we didn't know if there was going to be more overcompensating, and then you guys did a second season.
We did a second season. We just wrapped the second season.
Congratulations.
And yeah, so I got to spend 3 months in Toronto with my best friend Benito Skinner,
Who's
who's
fantastic.
Podcast with. He's the best friend of the show. And since we wrapped, he's actually been hard up for cash, so he's been nannying my dog for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Benito is nannying your dog.
Benito's my dog's nanny, my dog Pinky. So Benny.
Oh, is he
Benny,
here?
come here.
Benny, do
Benny,
you want to
come
come
here,
out with
baby.
Pinky? Oh my God, look at them. Benito.
Oh, what is that?
Benito, hi.
We were in the neighborhood
Oh my
walking.
God. How are you?
Hey,
Hi, honey. You
Now,
walked her.
you talk about your family in the special, but you also talk about Pinky. How does Pinky feel about being in the special?
Well, it's just I feel bad. I feel bad that I can't run the jokes by her. I do the jokes for her. She doesn't laugh, but I feel like she'd be honored to just be included in the narrative.
Yeah.
You know, because she's from the streets of Tijuana, and now she's here making her late night television debut.
Yeah. You actually. Of the many jokes I love in your special, you have a very good joke about Pinky
I do.
and where Pinky's from.
Yeah, so like I say, she's from Tijuana. She crossed the border to take the job from an American Chihuahua because she has better work ethic. And then I say she is a dog and an immigrant, so we keep her away from Kristi Noem for 2 reasons.
It is such a good special. And can I just say, because you were there that night as well, like you have, I hope you can tell, because I've been to comedy shows before. I don't feel like I've ever been in an audience with a group of people that like, there was so much love in the room that night. Like people really, your fan base is so warm, and they were so happy to be there, and it was such a great night, and I'm so glad I'm here, and I'm so glad everybody can see it now. So congratulations, you guys. Mary Beth Barone, Benito Skinner, Pinky, everybody, Galaxy Brain.